Hey there. Yeah, as usual, I rewatched the previous video, which I cut yesterday, but then somehow didn't publish. So I'm going to do publish both today. And it's funny because they'll have very different kind of energetic signatures. Uh, the previous one being very kind of upbeat, overflowing with energy, and today I'm more like, oh, whoa, okay. There's not much energy running through the system. Um, yeah, but that's basically it. That is really, and I think it's also good in some way because when there's a bit of almost kind of contradictory snapshots, it gives a clearer picture of what well, my journey actually is. Yeah, there's always a lot of stuff happening, like in everybody's life. But I find at the moment it feels like a transition period, yeah, where I have these glimpses, or also moments, or even a few hours, where I get to see, oh, yeah, this will be possible, and and then it's more like today again, where it feels like, okay, now I have to be a little careful. Um, yeah, one thing that has changed definitely is I've gone much deeper into the whole qigong thing. I've been really fascinated by by this the internal process of qigong, um, because I've come to understand that yes, these flowing movements, they're beautiful and good and meditative and all that, but without the awareness of what actually goes inside, it's well, it's a bit empty. I mean, it might be relaxing anyways, but there's yet another dimension to it, and that has really caught my attention. So I've been trying to understand more of how we can actually use the body in combination with holding our attention at certain places in our body. Um, and I find it's a very interesting point where intention and attention kind of overlap, and yet they're very different things, right? Because for me, like, intention implies that we use our will, and in the long run, if it's only coming from intention, normally, well, we run out of steam, and whether it's meditation or whatnot, all our attention goes somewhere else. Uh, Thoughts take us for a ride, and then we remember, oh, what was my attention again? Intention again, and then we refocus our attention. And I've been fascinated by somebody pointing out that actually is not really a sustainable process. So I'm not quite sure what I actually think of that statement, but there's something there. He's saying, if I understood him correctly, that you can fall even, yeah, before the intention, there already is attention. And so the intention implies much more striving and struggling and, yeah, your willpower. But the attention actually is effortless. It's there anyways. So yeah, right now I find it very difficult to even talk about it without ending up in a complete mental knot. But just felt like sharing that because it's really, I think, at the heart of any kind of spiritual practice, right? And sometimes an intellectual concept like that can be really inspiring. Uh, Inspire us to really explore on the inside. How do I actually experience that? And then it becomes a lived experience. And yeah, I find that's a beautiful process. And the same holds true for me for CI. I did another session today, and interestingly, ever since I'm quite, that was heavy somehow. Like becoming aware of how sad actually something was that I experienced in childhood that I had just kind of brushed off and told myself the story that, you know what, that didn't really affect me because, I mean, I didn't get it from my dad, but I got it from somewhere else. So what's the big problem? But that's the incredible difference I find when there's an experience of being, internally being there, traveling back in time and being that kid, and kind of, to some extent, I guess, re-experience it. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. And then sense, wow, that was actually really, really sad. And then really feel into it and let it be okay. And it's so interesting because it's as if one is in two places at the same time, being that kid and yet being the adult now version of myself, right? I find that is truly, truly fascinating. Because from a lived experience like that, wow, so much is possible, right? So, yeah, tomorrow, if things go well and I have a little more energy, tomorrow I wanna either make the video that I've been intending to make for a long time, the one for other people who might end up in a similar tight spot, like where I was. And I have an announcement coming. So I hope tomorrow the energy is enough, because I want to make those two videos in a state where I feel like, you know what, I want to share something really beautiful, and I want my energy also to reflect that. I don't like to greetings. Before monsoon, people here put their boats in sheltered places to protect them from the rough sea during monsoon. So in this case, it's in a little lagoon. Yeah, and you can see in it, there's plenty more over there. And then just there, maybe 200 meters further down, there's the ocean.